A focus story. After a foreigner living in Mumbai tweeted pictures of a man who allegedly masturbated right in front of her in broad daylight on Monday, the police today registered an FIR under Section 509 of the IPC and have recorded the statement of the complainant. Well, the victim in question took to Twitter yesterday and complained how a man in Mumbai's Kolaba masturbated at her in broad daylight. Her tweets exploded on Twitter, compelling authorities to take action. Following which, Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis directed Joint Commissioner of Police Devan Bharti to look into the matter. After Chief Minister's intervention, the complainant also tweeted, and I quote, "I want to thank you all for the overwhelming support I have received from so many people across India. I am now in touch with the police here and I am handing this incident over to them. I have therefore decided to take down the picture."
Never felt unsafe here as such, but things like these really scare you. Like, I mean, it might happen to you at any point of time. She was a foreigner. It happened to her. What impression are we giving to the world at large? Incidences like these, they affect the security. I mean, we feel insecure because it happens to somebody who's come here for some time, and we live here. So obviously, we're under more threat because we're living among those people.
See, I'm a tourist as well in this city now. So, as a tourist, I think this is unpardonable. And the fact that, it's happening in broad daylight and nobody else, who's like passes by are doing anything about it is a bit of a shame. And if you're a foreign national and if this is the sort of, thing you witness, then I think it leaves a really bad impression. I mean,
when I go out, you have all these cat callings and you have all this eve teasing, and if I reply back, it just makes everything worse. So it's easier just to shut up and keep walking and just go home. And
I hope that there is a change coming here soon, because I think women's security is something that really needs to advance here, I think.
I'm going to cut across to my colleague Mayuresh, who's joining us on the very latest coming in. Mayuresh, give us details of this FIR that has been lodged by the police on the back of the complainant's statement that has been recorded, and what's the latest in terms of investigation?
Now, we have got to know from our sources within the police that police had went to some unidentified location where they recorded the statement of the victim, and the basis of that statement, they have filed a complaint under IPC 509 in Kolaba police station. They are investigating this matter. They showed that same photograph which she had clicked, and they asked her that whether she has seen this person before. Was there any kind of encounter previous to yesterday's incident happened? And even police are checking with their local sources over here. They're trying to identify this person with his name and his whereabouts, and they're also trying to check whether this person has got some kind of criminal background or criminal history in Mumbai. We have been given to understand is that police had gone to some unidentified location and they recorded the statement of the victim. Back to you.
In terms of this man on a television screen, Mayuresh, where do the investigations lie? Have the police been able to make any breakthrough at all?
So far, police is investigating this matter, and the main task in front of police is that to locate this person and to arrest him or to nab him. That is the main task in front of police. Once they nab that person, they will quiz that person regarding this issue. We have been given to understand by our sources within the police that they are trying their level best from their local sources also to identify this person and his whereabouts. Also, whether this person belongs to this Kolaba area or South Mumbai area, or this person is he has come from some other state or city, or is a foreign national. So they are trying to identify, and they are looking for his whereabouts also. Back to you.
Mayuresh, when this foreigner had uploaded this picture on Twitter, it caused a storm on social media, so much so that the Chief Minister of Maharashtra had to intervene. When you've been talking to people today in Mumbai, and there have been a lot of reactions that you and our colleagues in Mumbai have sent us, what kind of perception are you picking up from the women that you've been speaking to in Mumbai?
Certainly, we got a mixed reaction from people over here in Mumbai. When we especially had word with females in Mumbai, they told us that they feel there would be more or adequate security in each and every lane of Mumbai. There should be a high patrolling should happen from Mumbai police. And such kind of incidents, see, basically India and Mumbai is a tourist place, and India, where we talk about Atithi Devo Bhava, we treat our guests like a god. And if something happens with foreign or with any traveler or tourist, then it leaves a very bad message at the global stage. So the reaction which we got is that basically from female, that there should be adequate police in city, and there should be a very high and very tight patrolling should happen from Mumbai police. Whereas one gentleman told us that punishing the accused is not the reason, or is not only there should be a strict law, and awareness should happen, because this female was literate and she was having a exposure to the Twitter and other social networking site. That's why she uploaded it. But what about the other women who doesn't have that kind of facility, and many such cases went unnoticed in past?
Mayuresh, stay on with us, because what we're going to do is, this incident might have taken place in Kolaba, Mumbai, but it's caused national uproar, understandably so. I want to cut across to Indrajit, who has some women with him. Indra, what kind of word are you picking up from Kolkata?
Well, Preeti, let's just hear it from them. Women from Kolkata, you've heard about the story, you've read it in the newspapers. What is your sense of it?
I'm not surprised, honestly, with this incident, because I've heard of incidents where a man has literally masturbated in front of a church, which is quite bizarre, but I've heard it nonetheless. In metro stations, you have all these kind of incidents. So I think hats off to this woman who's had the courage to get this incident in broad daylight on Twitter. Hats off to her. But I think steps should be taken to clear these kind of people.
You believe naming and shaming people, the one that this lady has done, gone on Twitter before going to the police. Yeah. What does it speak, and how do you think women should confront these issues?
I think what she's done is absolutely perfecto. She knew that there is going to be an administrative lapse, police apathy, the kind of questioning that police stations normally subject such, women to. So probably she was intelligent enough, and she took advantage of the social media, and boy, she did the job, and mission accomplished, because the government is now swinging into action. The cops are also realizing what they've done. But having said that, that's just not the end of it. What we really need to do is we really need to nail down this guy, this predator. Yes, and for me it is nothing less than rape, because what he has done in broad daylight is an absolute pervert action, absolutely sick. And the Mumbaikars, I mean, I really want to ask the entire city, what were they doing? Because apparently he's a serial offender. I read a tweet of another gentleman, and he said, we all know who he is.
No, but tell me something, you are somebody who I'm sure travels across the city. Is it something that women face most often, but many don't speak out?
Yes, we all do face this very often, being a part of the city, and when we walk on the road, we do face these kind of perverse people where they look at us. And I'm not very surprised. Like I said, when I heard this incident, I was not very surprised, because these kind of incidents happen day in and day out. It's just that this woman actually had the courage, or to report it, but these kind of incidents happen day in and day out, and we are not exactly surprised. But I hope the government...
my question is, do women talk about it amongst themselves? Do they go out and report, or do you think there is a change in mindset now?
We don't talk about it. We really don't. We'd rather we talk about it, but we shame them amongst ourselves. But usually we just go back home and we forget about it. But
that's the difference, I guess. The lady in Mumbai, she perhaps seems to have set a trend which has caught many women's imagination here in Kolkata as well, because they believe it is important to name and shame such people.
Indra, what we're going to do is right now, and I want you to stay on with us, because we'll chat with you more, and the women that you have with you. I want to cut across to Rohini, who's picking up reactions from Bengaluru. It's over to you, Rohini.
Yes, like in Mumbai, we've seen how this Braveheart has reacted, and she's also given the details of what happened to her to the Mumbai police. A similar situation we have seen even in Bangalore, where a girl has found herself in a situation where she was molested in front of everybody near her college, and she filed a complaint, but she didn't find any reaction coming there. Mangalore also saw a similar kind of incident. So it's not new that we've seen issues, not in be it Bombay, Bangalore, Kolkata, or any part of the country. How does one react if you're caught in a situation like that? Personally, how would you have reacted?
Okay, well, as a girl, I'm sure many people would have faced the same situation, especially us traveling by bus and auto and things like that. Personally, for me, I think the main thing is they try to get us to be scared by whistling and saying things. But I, for one, even though I may be scared, I don't show it. I make sure once or twice I try to keep quiet, but then I have to turn back and say something. I personally have done that. It has been a very fearful situation, but then I have happened to do it. And also another thing would be, if it would be helpful if there are people around you, more women than men, especially in bus stops. If this is the case and it's too large a group for me to say anything, I make sure that I'm around some women so that all of them know what I feel like. So saying something would help.
If you've seen this particular incident in this Mumbai case that we have seen, she's handed over the details. She's used the social media to create awareness first, and then she tagged the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, who then took action, and then the police are investigating. Social media plays a very important role these days, doesn't it?
Yes, it plays a very important role because social media is the base of everything. So if you post and if you make yourself, public and all that, so it actually helps you to get more, get to know more people and all that, and you can, friends, circulations and everything, family members and all that. So if you make it, more, the more you expose yourself to about the situations, and then that's more, it helps more.
But I also like to ask you, police investigates if any complaint is registered, but what do you think of the reaction time, be the government, be the police, or when somebody goes to file a complaint saying my modesty has been outraged or I have been molested on the streets? Do you think the reaction time is very slow?
Yeah, it is very slow because they don't take us seriously, first of all, and it takes a lot of guts for the girl to first of all go and file a complaint. And even if we do, they don't respond because they think, okay, this is just one in many cases, and they don't. It's very slow.
But how does one react? Because you see the situation day in and day out. Wherever, public transport, you are on your own vehicle or you're traveling anywhere, you're in groups. So how does one react then at this point of time? Do you always show that you feel safe and secure, or how do you react to that situation at that time?
As I travel in auto every day, so I can make out that I don't get the point that why do they have the mirror in front of them when they have the when they have the glasses like the mirrors in the either side of the auto. I don't get the point why do they have it. And once I asked the auto driver, and he didn't care to answer to me. He was like, yes, it is there, so what? This is, we have to take it into account.
So basically we're talking about sensitivity, also gender sensitivity, how people should be reacting to women, also the fact that we've been talking about respecting women, basically showing out and out disrespect to women, to the women class.
It's really sad because whenever we try to report something using new media or any kind of media, it's an everyday thing for the government or the public today. Government is usually now in for them what is important is politics, not what the public is going on. So they never take us seriously most of the time. We try to report something, so they think we're going on every day is this one, so they don't try.
The basic idea is that women talk about public safety. They're talking about the fact that they do not feel safe and secure. But most importantly, they feel that when such kind of incidents takes place, the reaction time is very, very slow, and they're not taken seriously. The situations we've seen in Bangalore, or even for that fact in Mumbai, the point that is being made is that women say that they have to take care of themselves. They need to fight their own case till help comes to them.